In a hidden valley, cradled by undulating hills and nourished by a meandering river that sang softly to the rhythm of the earth, lay a quaint village, timeless yet ever-changing. This village, with its cobblestone paths and ivy-clad cottages, existed in a tapestry of epochs where the echoes of past and future intertwined in a harmonious dance of life. The morning sun, a golden herald of day, kissed the dew-laden leaves, and the villagers stirred from their slumber, each to their own rhythm. The air was crisp and fragrant with hints of lavender and freshly baked bread, a sensory symphony that wrapped around the senses like a well-loved quilt. In the heart of the village, where the river curved gently around an ancient oak, stood the market square. Here, the hum of life was palpable, a mingling of voices and laughter, the clinking of coins and the rustle of produce being displayed with pride. Market days were a ritual, a vital thread in the fabric of daily survival and community. Amidst the lively bustle, a woman named Alara moved with graceful purpose. Her hands, skilled and steady, crafted the finest pottery in the region. Each piece, a testament to her lineage, told stories of the earth from which it sprang. Clay and fire, water and air, all conspired in her hands to create both beauty and function. Her stall, adorned with delicate vases and sturdy mugs, was a sanctuary where the past whispered through the curves and glazes. Elara lived in a time when the world was on the cusp of great change. It was the dawn of the Renaissance, a time when art and science began to unfurl their wings, yet the shadows of medieval life still clung to the edges of existence. Her village, though small, was a microcosm of this transformation, a place where old ways met new ideas in a delicate balance. As the sun climbed higher, casting its warm gaze across the valley, the villagers gathered in the square, exchanging goods and stories, binding themselves to one another and to the land. There was a sense of continuity here, an unspoken understanding that life, with all its trials and triumphs, was a shared journey. In the corner of the square, a group of children played, their laughter like the tinkling of bells. They chased each other, weaving between stalls and legs, their energy boundless and infectious. Among them was a boy named Theo, his eyes bright with curiosity and mischief. Unlike his peers, Theo had a particular fascination with the village's elders, especially the stories they carried, like treasures hidden within their hearts. Theo's favorite storyteller was old Marcellus, a sage with a beard as white as snow and a voice that resonated with the wisdom of ages. Marcellus had seen many seasons come and go, and his tales were a bridge to worlds and times beyond the comprehension of youthful minds. Today, as the market thrived around him, Marcellus sat beneath the great oak, his presence a magnet for those eager to listen and learn. Theo approached Marcellus with the reverence of a pilgrim, his youthful exuberance tempered by a deep respect. "Tell us a story, old Marcellus," he pleaded, his voice a blend of impatience and awe. The elder chuckled softly, his eyes twinkling with the light of 1,000 tales untold. "Ah, young Theo," Marcellus began, his voice like the gentle rustle of leaves in a summer breeze. "What story shall I weave for you today? Shall it be one of knights and dragons, or perhaps a tale of faraway lands and hidden treasures?" Theo pondered for a moment, his brow furrowed in concentration. "Tell us about the times before," he said finally, "when the world was different and life was a mystery." Marcellus nodded, leaning back against the sturdy trunk of the oak, his mind reaching back through the corridors of time. "Very well," he said, "let us journey to a time long past, when the land was young and the sky was filled with wonder." As Marcellus spoke, the village seemed to fade away, replaced by a vast landscape of rolling hills and ancient forests, where the air was thick with the scent of pine and the whisper of the wind through the trees. This was a time before the village, when the earth was wild and untamed, and survival was a dance of instinct and adaptation. The people of this age were hunters and gatherers, their lives intertwined with the rhythms of nature. They moved with the seasons, following the herds and the growth of plants, their senses attuned to the subtle shifts in the environment. It was a life of simplicity and struggle, where each day was a gift and a challenge. In the heart of this wilderness, a young woman named Aylin thrived. Her spirit was as fierce as the storms that swept across the land, and her heart as steadfast as the mountains that rose in the distance. Her clan depended on her keen eyes and quick reflexes. for she was one of their finest hunters. Aylin's world was one of constant motion, a symphony of life and death, where each moment was a delicate balance between predator and prey. Yet, amidst the harshness, there was beauty, a sunrise over a dew-laden meadow, the call of an eagle soaring high above, the laughter of children playing by a riverbank. One fateful day, as Aylin tracked a herd of deer through the forest, she stumbled upon a clearing bathed in golden light. In the center stood a great stone circle, its origins lost to time. The air hummed with an energy that set her heart racing, a feeling both foreign and familiar. It was a place of power, a nexus where the seen and unseen worlds converged. As Aylin approached the stones, she felt a tug at her soul, an invitation to step beyond the veil of the ordinary. She closed her eyes, letting the sensations wash over her, the whispers of the past and the future entwining in her mind. It was here, in this sacred space, that she glimpsed the threads of a greater tapestry, a vision of life beyond the immediacy of survival. Marcellus paused, allowing the weight of his words to settle over his audience. The children, Theo among them, sat spellbound, their imaginations alight with the imagery of a world both distant and near. And so, Marcellus continued, Aylin returned to her people, her heart filled with a new understanding of the world and her place within it. She shared her vision, and together they began to weave a new path, one that honored the past while embracing the possibilities of the future. The tale lingered in the air like the scent of wildflowers, a reminder of the cycle of life and the enduring spirit of humanity. As Marcellus concluded, the sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the square, a gentle reminder that even the brightest day must give way to night. In the village, the rhythm of life continued unabated, a chorus of voices and footsteps, the heartbeat of a community alive and thriving. Alara packed away her pottery, her mind still dancing with the echoes of Marcellus's story. She glanced towards the river, where the setting sun painted the water in hues of amber and rose, and she felt a sense of peace, a connection to the countless generations who had walked this path before her. For in this village, nestled in a valley that transcended time, the past and present were not separate, but a continuum, a testament to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit. And as the stars began to twinkle in the vast expanse above, the villagers returned to their homes, each carrying within them the stories of their ancestors, the dreams of their children, and the promise of a new dawn. As twilight settled over the village, a gentle hush enveloped the streets, the air thick with the scent of evening fires and the promise of rest. Alara's footsteps were soft on the worn cobblestones as she made her way home, her heart still resonating with the day's tales. The village, cradled in the arms of the valley, seemed to breathe in unison, a living tapestry woven from countless threads of history and hope. Her home, a modest abode of stone and timber, stood nestled beneath the protective canopy of a grand oak, its branches stretched wide, as if embracing the stars above, whispering secrets only the wind could carry. Alara paused at the door, her fingers brushing the rough-hewn wood, feeling the warmth it retained from the day's sun. She closed her eyes, listening to the symphony of crickets and the distant murmur of the river, a lullaby as old as the earth itself. Inside, the hearth crackled with a soft, inviting glow, casting flickering shadows that danced upon the walls. She set down her pottery with care, each piece a testament to her craft, molded with hands that knew the earth's rhythm. Her home was a sanctuary, filled with the fragrance of dried herbs and the faint scent of clay, grounding her in the present while whispering of the past. As she moved about, preparing a simple meal, her thoughts drifted back to Marcellus's story. His words had painted vivid images of distant lands and times long past, yet they felt as real and immediate as the walls around her. She pondered the lives of those who had come before, their struggles and triumphs, the ways in which they had shaped the world she now inhabited. Her musings were interrupted by a gentle knock at the door, a familiar pattern that brought a smile to her lips. It was Eden, her closest friend, a weaver whose deft hands spun tales as intricate as the fabric he crafted. He stepped inside, bringing with him the crisp scent of the evening air and a bundle of freshly woven cloth. "Alara," he greeted, his voice a warm, steady presence that filled the room. "I've brought you something, a new pattern I've been working on." She took the cloth from him, her fingers tracing the intricate designs, marveling at the interplay of colors and textures. Each thread seemed to tell a story, a narrative of beauty and resilience, woven together with skill and care. "It's beautiful, Aiden," she said, her admiration genuine. "Your work never ceases to amaze me." He chuckled, a sound as comforting as the hearth's glow. "And your pottery inspires me in return. We are all storytellers in our own way, are we not?" They shared a meal, their conversation flowing easily, weaving together the threads of their lives with humor and shared memories. As the fire burned low, Aiden's gaze grew thoughtful, and he spoke of the whispers he had heard, rumors of change on the horizon. "There's talk of new travelers arriving soon," he said, his voice tinged with both curiosity and caution. "They bring news of distant lands and tales of discovery. Some say they seek to trade, others whisper of more ambitious intentions." Alara listened, her mind racing with possibilities. The arrival of travelers was not uncommon, but each visit brought with it a ripple of excitement and uncertainty. The village had always been a haven, a place of peace and continuity, yet the world beyond its borders was ever-changing, a tapestry of shifting alliances and uncharted territories. "Do you think they pose a threat?" she asked, her voice steady despite the undercurrent of unease she felt. Aiden shook his head, his expression thoughtful. "It's hard to say, but we must be cautious, as always. The world is vast, and not all who wander it have good intentions." They fell into a comfortable silence, the weight of their conversation balanced by the familiarity of their companionship. As the night deepened, Aiden bid her farewell, leaving her to the quiet embrace of her home. Alara lingered by the hearth, her mind a whirl of thoughts and questions. She had always felt a connection to the past, to the stories of those who had walked before her, yet the future seemed to beckon with a tantalizing promise of adventure and discovery. The village, with its timeless rhythms and traditions, was her anchor, but the world beyond called to her, a siren's song of possibility. As she prepared for bed, her fingers brushed against the smooth surface of a small, intricately carved box, a keepsake passed down through generations. Inside, nestled among faded scraps of parchment and delicate trinkets, lay a map, a relic from a time long past, its ink faded but still legible. It depicted lands she had only heard of in stories, places of legend and myth, where rivers of gold were said to flow and mountains touched the heavens. She traced the lines with reverence, feeling a kinship with the explorers and adventurers who had dared to venture into the unknown. The map was a symbol of curiosity and courage, a testament to the indomitable spirit that drove humanity to seek, to discover, to dream. As she lay down to sleep, the map tucked safely beneath her pillow, Alara's thoughts drifted like leaves on the wind. She dreamed of distant shores and unexplored lands, of a future where the threads of past and present were woven together in a tapestry of infinite possibilities. The night passed in a gentle rhythm, the village cradled in the arms of the valley, its people resting beneath a sky ablaze with starlight. And as the first light of dawn crept over the horizon, painting the world in shades of gold and silver, Alara awoke with a sense of purpose, her heart alight with the promise of a new day. She rose with the sun, her mind clear and focused, ready to face the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. For in this village, where the past and future danced together in an eternal embrace, every new dawn was a chance to write a new chapter, to weave a new story, to dream a new dream. Alara stepped out into the morning light, the village stirring to life around her, a symphony of sound and color, the heartbeat of a world in motion. She felt the pulse of the earth beneath her feet, the promise of adventure and discovery in the air, and she knew, with a certainty as deep as the roots of the ancient oak, that she was exactly where she was meant to be. The village of Aloria came alive with the dawn, a place where the whispers of time seemed to linger in every corner, echoing through the cobbled streets and the weathered stones of the ancient structures. Alara moved through the village with a deliberate grace, her senses attuned to the symphony of life that surrounded her. The air was crisp and carried the aroma of freshly baked bread, mingling with the earthy scent of dew-kissed foliage. As she walked, Alara noticed the blacksmith, Aiden, lighting the forge in preparation for the day's work. Sparks danced like fireflies in the morning light, while the rhythmic clang of metal on anvil began to fill the air, a steady heartbeat that resonated through the village. Aiden was a sturdy man, his hands as rough as the tools he wielded, yet his eyes held a kindness that softened his rugged demeanor. He gave Alara a nod as she passed, a silent acknowledgement of their shared existence in this tapestry of life. Alara's destination was the market square, a vibrant hub where the village's pulse beat strongest. Stalls were being set up, each one a testament to the diversity and resilience of the people who called this place home. Traders from distant lands unfurled their wares, their voices a chorus of accents and dialects, each with a story to tell. The scents of spices, leather, and fresh produce mingled in the air, creating an intoxicating blend that spoke of abundance and survival. At the center of the market stood the well, a gathering place where news was exchanged, deals were struck, and friendships were forged. Alara approached the well, her eyes scanning the familiar faces of her neighbors. There was Bryn, the herbalist, with her baskets overflowing with vibrant greens and fragrant herbs. Her eyes met Alara's, and she offered a smile that crinkled the corners of her eyes, a smile that spoke of shared secrets and a history entwined. "Alara, my dear," Bryn called out, her voice a warm melody amidst the market's cacophony. "Come, I've something special for you today." Alara made her way to Bryn's stall, her curiosity piqued. Bryn reached beneath her table and brought forth a small bundle wrapped in cloth. As she unfolded the fabric, the rich scent of lavender filled the air, mingling with the sweetness of wild honey. "I thought you might appreciate a little comfort," Bryn said, her eyes twinkling with mischief. "Lavender for peace and honey for sweetness in your days." Touched by the gesture, Alara accepted the gift with gratitude, the simple act of kindness weaving another thread into the fabric of her day. She lingered at Bryn's stall, exchanging stories and laughter, each word a stitch in the tapestry of their shared lives. As the sun climbed higher, casting its golden rays upon the village, Alara continued her journey through the market. She paused at a stall where a young boy, no more than 12, was arranging a display of hand-carved toys. His name was Tom, and he worked with the precision and dedication of a craftsman far beyond his years. Each toy was a masterpiece in miniature, shaped by hands that understood the language of wood and sawdust. Alara picked up a small wooden horse, its form smooth and polished, its details intricate and lifelike. "These are beautiful, Tom," she said, admiration lacing her voice. Tom beamed with pride, his face lighting up with a smile as bright as the midday sun. "Thank you, Alara. I'm saving to buy more tools, maybe even a chisel from Eden." The determination in Tom's eyes reminded Alara of her own dreams, her own aspirations that had been nurtured in this very village. She handed him a few coins, more than the horse was worth, but an investment in the future of a boy whose dreams were as boundless as the sky. With her heart full and her spirit buoyed by the connections forged in the market, Alara made her way towards the edge of the village, where the forest beckoned with its mysteries and the promise of solitude. The path wound through the trees, their branches forming an archway that filtered the sunlight into dappled patterns on the forest floor. Every step into the forest was a step into another world, a realm where time seemed to slow, and the air was filled with the whispers of leaves and the murmurs of hidden streams. Alara breathed deeply, the scent of pine and earth grounding her in the present moment. As she walked, she listened to the forest's secrets, the rustle of leaves underfoot, the distant call of a bird, the gentle sigh of the wind through the branches. She felt the presence of the past in every stone and tree, the stories of those who had walked this path before her, their footsteps echoing in the silence. In the heart of the forest, Alara found the clearing she sought, a place where the world seemed to hold its breath, where the light danced across the water of a small pond, its surface a mirror reflecting the sky. She settled on the grass at the water's edge, allowing herself a moment of stillness, a moment to simply be. Her thoughts drifted to the village, to the people and the stories that wove their lives together in a tapestry of survival and resilience. Each day was a thread, each moment a stitch, and together they formed a narrative that stretched across time, connecting the past with the present, weaving the future in its wake. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the forest floor, Alara rose, her heart lighter, her soul nourished by the day's encounters and the forest's embrace. She turned back towards the village, the path before her illuminated by the soft glow of twilight. The return journey was a reflection of the morning's promise, a reminder that every day held within it the potential for discovery, for connection, for growth. The village awaited her, its lights twinkling like stars fallen to earth, a beacon of warmth and community in the encroaching darkness. Alara stepped back into the village as dusk settled over Aloria, the sky a canvas of deep purples and soft blues. The day's activities had wound down, and the air was filled with the comforting sense of evening meals being prepared, the laughter of families gathering to share their stories. She made her way to the communal hall, a place where the village came together, where tales were spun and music filled the air. The hall was alive with the sound of fiddles and flutes, the melodies weaving through the room like threads of gold and silver. Alara joined the gathering, her presence a part of the tapestry, her voice mingling with the others in song and laughter. Here, beneath the thatched roof, amidst the warmth of firelight and the camaraderie of friends and neighbors, she found her place, her purpose. As the night deepened and the moon rose to cast its silvery glow over the village, Alara felt the weight of the day slip away, leaving behind only the warmth of connection and the promise of tomorrow. In Aloria, where time danced in harmony with life, Alara knew that each dawn was a new beginning, each day a chance to weave a tapestry rich with experience and hope, and each night a moment to pause, to reflect, and to dream of what was yet to come. The moonlight, soft and gentle, bathed the village of Aloria in an ethereal glow, as if the heavens themselves had draped a silken scarf over the world. Shadows flickered and played upon the cobblestones, and the scent of earth and pine mingled in the cool night air. Alara stepped out of the communal hall, the echoes of music and laughter still vibrating in her heart, a gentle reminder of the unity that bound her community together. As she walked through the village, each step a quiet rhythm against the earth, Alara was acutely aware of the whispers of history that lingered in the air. The ancient stones underfoot bore witness to countless stories, tales of love and loss, of struggle and triumph. Aloria stood as a testament to the resilience of its people, a place where past and present coalesced in a harmonious dance. The path led her to the edge of the village, where the forest began its reign. Tall trees stood sentinel, their branches interlocking like the fingers of old friends. The forest was a place of secrets and shadows, a living tapestry woven with the threads of time. Alara paused at its threshold, feeling the pull of its mysteries, the allure of the unseen. In another time, in another world, a young woman named Anwen walked a similar path. The year was 1348, in a small village on the outskirts of Florence. The world was a different place. Yet echoes of Aloria's spirit could be felt in the air. Anwen, like Alara, was a part of her community, her life intertwined with the lives of those around her. The Black Death had cast a long shadow over the land, a specter that haunted every corner of Europe. Yet within the heart of the village, life persisted, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. Anwen was a healer, her hands skilled in the arts of herbal medicine, her mind a repository of ancient knowledge passed down through generations. She moved through her village with purpose, her presence a balm to those who suffered, a beacon of hope in a time of darkness. The village square was a place of gathering, much like the communal hall in Aloria, though the air was tinged with an undercurrent of fear and uncertainty. Anwen joined the gathering, her heart heavy with the weight of her responsibilities. She listened as stories were shared, tales of hardship and endurance, each voice a thread in the tapestry of their collective experience. Anwen's hands were never idle. As she listened, she worked, weaving garlands of lavender and rosemary, herbs known for their protective properties. She distributed them among her neighbors, a small gesture of comfort in a world turned upside down. As the night deepened, Anwen found solace in the small moments of connection, in the shared laughter, in the quiet strength of her people. She knew that each day was a gift, each dawn a new beginning, a chance to weave the fabric of their lives anew. Back in Aloria, Alara felt a similar sense of purpose, a kinship with those who had come before her. The forest beckoned, and she stepped forward, her feet finding the narrow path that wound its way beneath the canopy of leaves. The night was alive with the sounds of the forest, the rustle of leaves, the call of an owl, the distant murmur of a stream. The path led her to a clearing bathed in moonlight, a place where the veil between worlds felt thin, where the past and the present seemed to touch. Ilara stood in the center of the clearing, her heart open to the whispers of the forest, to the stories carried on the wind. In a time long past, another young woman stood in a similar place, her heart filled with the same sense of wonder and connection. Her name was Melis, and she lived in a small Celtic village, nestled in the rolling hills of what would one day be called Scotland. Melis was a storyteller, her voice a conduit for the tales of her people, her words weaving a tapestry of history and myth. The village gathered around the fire to listen, the flickering flames casting shadows that danced in time with her words. She spoke of the ancient ones, of gods and heroes, of the spirits that dwelled in the land. The stories were a lifeline, a way to make sense of the world, to find meaning in the chaos of existence. Melis knew that the power of a story lay not just in the telling, but in the sharing, in the connection forged between teller and listener. As the fire burned low, Melis looked around at the faces of her people, at the eyes that reflected the light of the flames. She felt a deep sense of belonging, a knowledge that she was a part of something greater than herself. In that moment, time seemed to dissolve, the past and the future entwining in the warmth of the present. In the clearing, Ilara felt the presence of those who had walked before her, the echoes of their lives resonating in her soul. She closed her eyes, allowing herself to be carried by the stories of the past, to become a part of the tapestry woven through time. The night deepened, the stars wheeling in their celestial dance, as Ilara made her way back to the village. The forest, with its secrets and shadows, faded into the background, leaving behind only the promise of dreams. As she returned to her home, the warmth of the hearth welcomed her, the familiar scent of wood smoke and herbs wrapping around her like a comforting embrace. Ilara sat by the fire, her thoughts drifting like leaves on the wind, her heart a vessel for the stories of the past, the present, and the future. In Aloria, in Florence, in the Celtic hills, the rhythm of life continued. Each day, a new beginning. Each moment a chance to weave the tapestry of existence. And as the night gave way to the soft glow of dawn, Ilara knew that she was a part of this grand tapestry, a single thread in the intricate design of life. The sun rose, painting the sky with hues of gold and rose, a promise of renewal, a testament to the enduring cycle of life. In the quiet moments of the morning, as the world awakened to the song of birds and the gentle rustle of the wind through the trees, Ilara felt a deep sense of peace, a knowledge that she was exactly where she was meant to be. And so, with the light of a new day breaking over the horizon, Ilara embraced the present, her heart open to the stories yet to be woven, the dreams yet to be dreamed, in the timeless dance of existence. The morning unfurled like a delicate scroll, revealing the whispers of time etched in the air. Ilara stood by the window, her eyes tracing the landscape with the reverence of a seeker of truths. The fields stretched out like the pages of an ancient tome, each furrow and ridge a line of prose, every shadow cast a lingering, poetic pause. In Aloria, the village breathed with a gentle rhythm, the heartbeats of its inhabitants synchronized with the pulse of the earth. The cobblestone paths, worn smooth by generations of feet, led to the market square, where life unfolded in a vivid tableau. Merchants, their voices a harmonious babble, offered goods with the flourish of storytellers, each transaction a chapter in the day's narrative. Ilara moved through the square, her presence as quiet as a whispered thought. She was a collector of moments, her senses attuned to the symphony of sounds and colors that enveloped her. The scent of fresh bread mingled with the sharp tang of herbs, the air alive with the promise of sustenance. As she purchased her provisions, her fingers brushed the rough fabric of the merchant's apron, a tactile connection to the web of relationships that bound the village together. Coins exchanged hands, a ritual as old as time itself, and Ilara marveled at the simplicity and complexity of this daily dance. In the heart of Florence, centuries forward, the sun cast its golden gaze upon the city's labyrinthine streets. The Arno River glimmered under the morning light, its waters carrying the echoes of history. Florence, with its towering cathedrals and vibrant piazzas, was a living canvas, painted with the brushstrokes of countless souls. Lorenzo walked these streets with purpose, his mind a hive of thoughts and dreams. The Renaissance was a time of rebirth, a flowering of ideas that filled the air with the scent of possibility. Scholars and artists mingled in the bustling cafes, their debates and musings a testament to the era's insatiable thirst for knowledge. Lorenzo paused by a fountain, its waters reflecting the azure sky. He was a student of the stars, his nights spent charting constellations and unraveling the mysteries of the heavens. In the daytime, he sought inspiration in the vibrant life of the city, the interplay of light and shadow on the ancient facades, a metaphor for the human condition. His gaze fell upon a group of children playing in the square, their laughter a melody that transcended time. In their innocence, Lorenzo found solace, a reminder of the purity of discovery and the joy of existence. In the mist-shrouded hills of the Celtic lands, the air was thick with the scent of earth and moss. Ain walked the forest paths, her steps a silent prayer to the spirits of the land. The Celts believed in the soul of nature, each tree and stone a guardian of secrets, a keeper of wisdom. Ain's journey was one of survival, her days filled with the tasks that ensured her clan's prosperity. She foraged for berries, her fingers stained with their juice, the sweetness a gift from the earth. Her eyes scanned the forest floor, seeking the signs that would lead her to the herbs that healed and nourished. Her heart was a vessel for the stories of her ancestors, their voices a guiding wind that whispered in her ear. She felt their presence in the rustling leaves, in the call of the raven overhead, a reminder that she was never alone. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in shades of twilight, Elara, Lorenzo, and Ain each paused in their own worlds, their lives interwoven by the unseen threads of time. The night descended like a curtain, drawing them into its embrace. In Eloria, Elara sat by her hearth, the warmth of the fire a cocoon of comfort. She held a book in her hands, its pages a portal to other worlds, other lives. Her eyes danced across the words, the ink a river of thought that carried her away on its current. In Florence, Lorenzo stood on a balcony, his gaze lifted to the stars. The constellations were his companions, their patterns a map of the universe's secrets. He traced their paths with a practiced eye, each celestial body a beacon of mystery. In the Celtic hills, Ain lay beneath a canopy of stars, the earth her pillow, the sky her blanket. The night was alive with the sounds of the forest, the creatures of the dark singing their ancient songs. She closed her eyes, her spirit soaring with the wind, free and untethered. As the world turned, time marched on, its footsteps echoing through the corridors of history. The stories of Elara, Lorenzo, and Ain unfolded in parallel, each life a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. They were bound by the common threads of hope and survival, their journeys a reflection of the eternal dance of existence. Days turned into weeks, and the seasons shifted with the grace of a dancer. In Eloria, Elara continued her quiet journey, her heart open to the beauty of the mundane. She found joy in the simple act of planting seeds, her hands working the soil, each movement a promise of growth and renewal. In Florence, Lorenzo pursued his studies with fervor, his mind a fertile ground for the seeds of innovation. The city was his muse, its energy a catalyst for creation. He penned his thoughts with ink and quill, his words a bridge between the past and the future. In the Celtic hills, Ain listened to the rhythms of the earth, her soul attuned to its cycles. She gathered her clan around the fire, their voices rising in song, a celebration of life and unity. The flames flickered, casting shadows that danced like ancient spirits, a reminder of the enduring connection between the present and the past. The passage of time was a gentle river, carrying them forward on its current. Each day was a gift, each moment a chance to weave their stories into the fabric of the universe. And as the sun set on another day, they found peace in the knowledge that they were part of something greater, a tapestry of life that stretched across the ages. In the quiet of the night, as the world slumbered, Elara, Lorenzo, and Ain dreamed of futures yet to be, their hearts a canvas for the dreams of tomorrow. The stars watched over them, silent witnesses to the unfolding drama of existence, a reminder that in the grand design of the cosmos, they were not alone. The dawn broke gently over the Celtic hills, a fragile light caressing the earth with tender fingers. Ain awoke to the soft whispers of the wind, carrying with it the scent of dew-kissed heather and the distant call of a skylark greeting the morning. Her people stirred around her, the waking village, a mosaic of movement and sound, each piece vital to the whole. The tasks of the day unfolded with a familiar rhythm, a ballet of survival and community. Ain joined the women in the fields, their hands skillfully weaving through the rows of crops, coaxing life from the stubborn soil. Their laughter echoed across the valley, a melody of resilience and joy, as ancient as the land itself. In this time, the measure of wealth was not in gold or possessions, but in the bonds they forged and the stories they shared. The clan was a living history, each member a thread in the intricate tapestry of their lineage. Their traditions were not mere rituals, but bridges to the past, anchoring them in the vast sea of time. As the sun climbed higher, Ain felt the weight of the past on her shoulders, a mantle she wore with pride. She could feel the presence of those who had walked these lands before her, their spirits entwined with hers. They were not ghosts, but guardians, their wisdom a guiding light in the darkness. Meanwhile, in a bustling Renaissance city, Lorenzo navigated the narrow, winding streets, the air thick with the scents of spices and freshly baked bread. The city was alive with the hum of commerce and the clatter of horse-drawn carts over cobblestones. It was a place where past and future collided, where the old world met the new in a vibrant dance of progress. Lorenzo marveled at the ingenuity of his time, the way art and science wove together to create something greater than the sum of their parts. He was an apprentice to a master artisan, learning to shape wood and metal into objects of beauty and utility. His life's work was a testament to human creativity, a legacy he hoped would endure through the ages. Yet, beneath the surface of this bustling metropolis, there was an undercurrent of tension. The city, with its towering cathedrals and sprawling piazzas, was a stage for power struggles and intrigue. Lorenzo knew that survival required more than skill with tools. It demanded cunning and adaptability. In the quiet hours of the night, he pondered the delicate balance of forces that kept the world from unraveling. As the shadows lengthened and the city was bathed in the golden hue of twilight, Lorenzo found solace in the quiet corners of the workshop. The smell of wood shavings and oil was a balm to his senses, grounding him in the present, even as his mind wandered to distant horizons. He imagined the lives of those who would one day hold his creations, their stories intertwined with his own in an unbroken chain of existence. Far away, in a future yet to be realized, Ilara stood on the precipice of a new world. The air was crisp and clean, carrying the scent of earth and the promise of rain. She looked out over the vast expanse of land, untouched by the scars of industry, a testament to humanity's newfound respect for the planet they called home. The community was a tapestry of cultures and traditions, a mosaic of humanity's best and brightest, united in their quest for a sustainable future. Ilara was a leader among them, her vision clear and unwavering. She guided her people with wisdom and compassion, weaving together the threads of their diverse heritage into a cohesive whole. Technology was their ally, a tool for healing and growth rather than domination. They harnessed the power of the sun and the wind, channeling it into their homes and fields, a symphony of innovation and nature. Yet, for all their advancements, Ilara knew that the true strength of their society lay in the bonds of friendship and family, in the stories they shared and the dreams they dared to dream. As the day gave way to night, Ilara gathered her people beneath the stars, their faces illuminated by the gentle glow of bioluminescent lanterns. They shared tales of hope and perseverance, of love and loss, their voices a tapestry of the human experience. The stars above were their silent companions, a constant in the ever-changing dance of life. In the quiet solitude of her thoughts, Ilara pondered the legacy she would leave behind. She hoped that her story, and those of her people, would inspire future generations to strive for a world where harmony and balance reigned. And as the night deepened, she felt a sense of peace, knowing that they were part of something far greater, a continuum of life that stretched across the cosmos. In the interwoven lives of Ain, Lorenzo, and Ilara, the past, present, and future converged, a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity. They were bound by their shared dreams and aspirations, their stories a bridge across the ages. As the sun rose on a new day, they embraced the possibilities that lay before them, united in their quest for a world where life thrived in harmony with the universe. In the heart of the Celtic hills, Ain stood at the edge of a sacred grove, the ancient trees towering above her like silent sentinels. She closed her eyes, feeling the pulse of the earth beneath her feet, the heartbeat of the land that had sustained her people for generations. The air was thick with the scent of pine and earth, a reminder of the delicate balance of life. She thought of the countless generations who had come before her, their footsteps echoing through time. They had faced trials and triumphs, weaving their stories into the rich tapestry of their history. I knew that she was a steward of this legacy, a guardian of the past, and a beacon for the future. In the Renaissance city, Lorenzo stood at the window of his workshop, gazing out at the bustling streets below. He watched as the city came alive with the dawn, its inhabitants moving with purpose and determination. The world was changing, and with it, the possibilities for the future were endless. He thought of the artisans and thinkers who had shaped the world before him, their innovations and ideas laying the foundation for all that was to come. Lorenzo knew that he was part of this continuum, his work a testament to the power of human creativity and resilience. And in the future, Ilara stood on the threshold of a new era, her eyes fixed on the horizon. She felt the weight of her responsibilities, the hopes and dreams of her people resting on her shoulders. Yet, she was filled with a sense of purpose, knowing that they were building a world where all could thrive. The stories of Ain, Lorenzo, and Ilara were threads in the grand tapestry of existence, each one unique, yet connected to the others. They were a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity, a reminder that no matter the challenges they faced, they were never truly alone. As the sun rose on a new day, they embraced the possibilities that lay before them, united in their quest for a world where life flourished in harmony with the universe. In the cool, gentle light of dawn, Ain awoke to the familiar sounds of her time. The soft rustling of leaves in the breeze, the distant call of birds, and the rhythmic lap of water against the riverbank were a symphony that heralded the beginning of another day. The air was crisp, carrying the damp scent of earth and promise. She stretched, feeling the strength and grace of her body, honed by years of living in harmony with the land. As Ain gathered her tools and set out to forage, the landscape around her seemed to shimmer with a quiet magic, the kind that only those who truly listen to the earth can perceive. The forest was a tapestry of greens and browns, dappled with sunlight that danced through the canopy. She moved with practiced ease, her senses attuned to the subtle signs of nature that guided her, each step a testament to the knowledge passed down through generations. In the heart of the forest, she encountered a patch of wild berries, their vibrant colors a feast for the eyes. Ain knelt to gather them, her fingers deftly plucking the ripe fruit. Each berry held the sweetness of summer, a burst of flavor that spoke of long days and fertile soil. As she worked, her mind drifted to thoughts of her ancestors, who had walked these same paths, faced the same challenges, and found joy in the simple act of living. Meanwhile, centuries later, Lorenzo stood in his workshop, a sanctuary filled with the scent of wood and oil, the air thick with creativity. The room was a kaleidoscope of colors and textures, every surface adorned with sketches, models, and tools. Here, the past and future converged, a bridge built by human hands and imagination. Lorenzo's latest invention lay before him, a delicate mechanism that seemed almost alive. It was a clock, but not just any clock. It was a masterpiece that captured the essence of time itself. Its gears and springs sang a mechanical symphony, each tick a reminder of the relentless march of hours and minutes. He adjusted the tiny components with care, his fingers moving with the precision of a surgeon. As he worked, Lorenzo pondered the nature of time, how it bound all living things in its unyielding embrace. He thought of Ain, whose world moved to the rhythm of seasons, and of Ilara, who stood on the brink of a new era. He was acutely aware of his place in this continuum, his inventions a bridge between the tangible and the abstract, a testament to the enduring quest for knowledge and understanding. Far in the future, Ilara gazed at the stars from her vantage point on the observation deck, the infinite expanse of space stretching out before her. The cosmos was a vast, uncharted sea, its mysteries waiting to be uncovered. She felt a thrill of anticipation, knowing that she was part of something greater than herself, a journey that transcended time and space. Her people had come a long way, overcoming challenges that had once seemed insurmountable. They had harnessed the power of the stars, forged alliances with other worlds, and built a society where innovation flourished. Yet Alara knew that their greatest achievements lay not in their technology, but in their ability to dream, to imagine a future where all could thrive in harmony. As she prepared for the day's tasks, Alara reflected on the legacy of those who had come before her, the pioneers and visionaries whose courage and determination had paved the way. She thought of Ain, living in tune with nature, and Lorenzo, whose inventions had captured the essence of their time. Their stories were woven into the fabric of her existence, a reminder of the resilience and creativity that defined the human spirit. The day unfolded with a gentle grace, time flowing like a river, carrying with it the hopes and dreams of those who dared to dream. Ain, Lorenzo, and Alara moved through their worlds, each step a dance with the unknown, each breath a testament to their enduring spirit. In the quiet moments when the noise of the world faded away, they found solace in the simple joys of life. A shared smile, the warmth of the sun on their skin, the beauty of a star-filled sky. These were the moments that defined their existence, the threads that connected them across the vast tapestry of time. And though they lived in different eras, their stories were intertwined, a testament to the power of imagination and the unbreakable bond that united them. They were a reminder that no matter the challenges they faced, they were never truly alone. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Aine, Lorenzo, and Alara paused to reflect on the day that had passed. They knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, new opportunities to learn and grow. And they embraced the unknown with open hearts, knowing that they were part of something greater than themselves, a journey that would continue long after they were gone. In the quiet of the night, with the world at peace, they whispered a silent prayer of gratitude for the lives they had been given, the paths they had chosen, and the stories they had yet to tell. And as they drifted into sleep, they dreamed of a world where all could thrive in harmony, a world where the possibilities were endless, and the spirit of humanity shone bright against the darkness of the universe. In the stillness of the night, the gentle murmur of a distant stream harmonized with the soft rustle of leaves, creating a symphony that lulled the world into a deep, restorative slumber. Ain, Lorenzo, and Alara lay beneath a canopy of stars, their minds weaving through dreams that transcended time and space. In their dreams, they wandered through epochs unknown, touching the lives of those who had come before and those who were yet to be. Each dream was a thread in the vast tapestry of existence, connecting them to the past and the future in a dance of continuity and change. As the first light of dawn caressed the horizon, the trio awoke, greeted by the crisp air that carried the scent of dew-kissed earth. The world around them began to stir, awakening from its nocturnal repose. Birds sang a chorus of welcome to the new day, their melodies weaving through the trees like a gentle breeze. The three companions rose, their spirits renewed, ready to face whatever the day might bring. The morning unfolded with a sense of quiet purpose. Ain gathered herbs and wildflowers from the surrounding fields, her fingers deftly weaving them into fragrant garlands that adorned their modest camp. Each blossom held a story, a whisper of the land's history, and as Ain worked, she felt a deep connection to the earth beneath her feet. Her movements were a dance, a ritual of gratitude for the bounty of nature. Lorenzo, with his keen eye for detail, set about repairing their tools, his hands guided by the wisdom of countless generations. Each stroke of his hammer was a testament to the ingenuity and resilience of humanity, a reminder that survival was not merely a matter of strength, but of adaptability and creativity. As he worked, he hummed a tune passed down through his family, a melody that spoke of journeys and discoveries, of dreams realized and futures imagined. Alara, meanwhile, tended to the fire, coaxing it to life with practiced ease. The flames danced and flickered, casting a warm glow that chased away the morning chill. In the fire's heart, she saw visions of times long past, of ancestors who had gathered around similar fires, sharing stories and forging bonds that transcended the ages. Alara felt their presence, a comforting weight on her shoulders, and she knew that she was part of an unbroken chain, a lineage of storytellers and dreamers. Together, they prepared a simple meal, savoring the flavors of the land that sustained them. Each bite was a celebration, a communion with the world around them. They ate in silence, allowing the symphony of nature to fill the spaces between them, each note a reminder of their place in the grand orchestra of life. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, casting long shadows that stretched across the land, the trio set out on their daily journey. The path they walked was not marked on any map, but it was deeply etched in their hearts. It was a path of discovery, of seeking and finding, of understanding the myriad ways in which life unfolded across the epochs. Their journey took them through verdant forests and across rolling hills, past ancient ruins that whispered secrets of civilizations long gone. Each step was a poem, a verse in the epic of humanity, and as they walked, they listened to the stories that the land had to tell. In the rustle of the leaves, they heard the echoes of forgotten voices, the laughter and lament of those who had walked before them. Ain, with her keen intuition, felt drawn to a particular grove, its trees standing like sentinels guarding a sacred secret. As they entered, the air grew thick with an ancient energy, a palpable force that thrummed beneath their skin. In the center of the grove stood a stone altar, weathered by time but still bearing the intricate carvings of a forgotten language. The trio approached with reverence, their hearts open to the mysteries that lay before them. Ain traced her fingers over the carvings, feeling the energy pulse through her fingertips. It was as if the stone held the memories of those who had come before, a library of knowledge etched in the language of the earth. Lorenzo knelt beside the altar, his eyes scanning the symbols with a scholar's curiosity. He recognized patterns, connections to other cultures and times, and he marveled at the universality of human expression. The carvings spoke of life and death, of love and loss, of the eternal cycle that bound all living things. Alara closed her eyes, her mind reaching out to the spirits that lingered in the grove. She felt their presence, a comforting warmth that wrapped around her like a cloak. They whispered to her in languages she did not understand, yet their meaning was clear, a message of unity, of the interconnectedness of all things. As they sat in the grove, time seemed to stand still. The past and present converged, creating a space beyond time where the boundaries of existence blurred. In that moment, they were not merely individuals, but part of a greater whole, a tapestry woven from the threads of countless lives. The sun began its descent, casting a golden glow over the grove as the trio rose to continue their journey. They left the grove with a sense of peace, their hearts full of the stories they had uncovered. The world stretched out before them, a vast canvas waiting to be explored, and they knew that their journey was far from over. As twilight descended, painting the sky in shades of indigo and silver, they returned to their camp, weary but fulfilled. The fire crackled warmly, its flames a beacon in the encroaching darkness. They gathered around it, sharing the tales of their day, their voices mingling with the night breeze. In the heart of the night, as the stars shimmered like diamonds on velvet, they felt the weight of the world lighten, knowing that they were part of something eternal. The stories they had uncovered were the heartbeats of history, a reminder that though times and cultures may change, the essence of humanity remained constant. And so they dreamed once more, their minds weaving through the tapestry of time, their spirits soaring across the ages. They dreamed of a world where all could thrive, where the echoes of the past guided the footsteps of the future, and where the light of humanity shone brightly against the darkness of the universe. In their dreams, they found solace, knowing that their journey was one of discovery and connection, of understanding and hope. And as the night embraced them, they whispered a silent prayer of gratitude for the paths they had chosen and the stories they had yet to tell. The dawn arrived gently, painting the horizon with strokes of gold and rose. The air was crisp with the promise of a new day, a tender reminder that life, in all its complexity, was a series of moments strung together like pearls on a delicate thread. The travelers awoke slowly, stretching limbs and yawning away the remnants of sleep, their hearts still beating in rhythm with the ancient tales that had cradled them through the night. In the quietude of morning, they gathered once more, their faces aglow with the soft light of the rising sun. The landscape around them was a living mosaic, each element a fragment of a forgotten story, waiting to be heard. The rustling leaves whispered secrets of old, while the river sang a melody of journeys past, its waters tracing paths carved by time itself. Their journey led them to a bustling marketplace, a vibrant tableau of sights and sounds from an era long past. The air was thick with the aroma of spices, a heady blend of cinnamon and cardamom that danced upon the breeze. Merchants called out in a symphony of languages, their voices rising and falling in a harmonious cacophony that spoke of trade, barter, and the art of persuasion. Here, the everyday lives of countless souls unfurled like a tapestry, each thread woven with care and purpose. They wandered through the market, their senses alive with the vibrant tapestry of life unfolding around them. A cobbler, bent over his work, tapped a steady rhythm with his hammer, his hands moving with the grace of a dancer. Nearby, a woman with silver-streaked hair sold vibrant fabrics, her eyes gleaming with stories of lands far beyond the horizon. Children darted between stalls, their laughter ringing like wind chimes in a gentle breeze. As they moved deeper into the market, they came upon a storyteller, an elder with eyes that sparkled like embers in the twilight. His voice was a rich, sonorous melody, weaving tales of heroes and gods, of lost loves and battles won. The travelers paused, drawn into his world, their imaginations ignited by the fire of his words. He spoke of a time when the earth was new, when the sky was a vast, uncharted sea, and humanity was learning to navigate its depths. The tale he told was of a young girl, a nomad with a heart as wild as the wind. She roamed the plains with her people, her spirit unbridled, her dreams vast as the sky above. She was a seeker, a dreamer, her eyes ever cast toward the horizon, always searching for something more. Her journey was one of discovery, of understanding the balance between survival and the pursuit of dreams. The travelers listened, enraptured, as the story unfolded. The girl faced trials and tribulations, her path fraught with dangers both seen and unseen. Yet through it all, she remained steadfast, her heart a beacon of hope in the darkness. She learned the language of the stars, the songs of the wind, and the wisdom of the earth. Her journey was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that the quest for understanding was as old as time itself. As the storyteller's voice faded into the morning air, the travelers felt a deep sense of connection to the girl and her journey. Her story was their story, a reflection of the universal quest for meaning and purpose. They thanked the elder, their hearts full of gratitude for the gift of his words, and continued on their way, the tale echoing in their minds like a cherished melody. Their path led them next to a serene village, nestled in the embrace of rolling hills. The village was a place of simple beauty, its charm woven from the threads of everyday life. Stone cottages stood with quiet dignity, their roofs thatched with golden straw that glowed in the sun's embrace. The villagers moved with an easy grace, their lives unfolding in harmony with the rhythms of nature. The travelers were welcomed with warm smiles and open arms, the villagers eager to share their stories and traditions. They were invited to join in the daily tasks, to feel the earth beneath their fingers, to experience the quiet joy of a life lived in tune with the land. They learned to bake bread, the dough soft and pliant beneath their hands, its warmth a comforting presence in the cool morning air. They tended to the gardens, coaxing life from the soil, their efforts rewarded with the vibrant hues of ripe vegetables and fragrant herbs. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, the village gathered for a shared meal, a feast of flavors and textures that spoke of love and community. The travelers sat among them, feeling a part of something greater, their hearts swelling with the simple joy of connection. Laughter and stories flowed freely, weaving a tapestry of shared experience that transcended time and place. As the day drew to a close, the travelers found themselves drawn to the village's heart, a sacred grove that whispered with the wisdom of ages. The trees stood tall and majestic, their branches reaching skyward, their leaves a symphony of rustling whispers. Here, in this quiet sanctuary, they felt the pulse of the earth, the heartbeat of life itself. They closed their eyes, letting the gentle breeze carry them away, their spirits soaring on the wings of the wind. In the silence, they heard the echoes of the past, the voices of those who had walked these paths before them. They felt the weight of history, not as a burden, but as a gift, a reminder that they were part of a grand tapestry that stretched across time and space. As night fell, the travelers lingered in the grove, their hearts full of gratitude for the journey and the stories that had brought them here. They knew that the path ahead was still unwritten, a blank page waiting to be filled with tales of adventure and discovery. And in that moment, beneath the starlit sky, they felt a deep sense of peace, knowing that they were part of something eternal, a story that would continue to unfold with each passing day. The air around them shimmered with the cool embrace of night, a gentle reminder of the cyclical nature of their journey. The travelers gathered closer, drawing warmth from the flickering campfire that cast long, dancing shadows upon the forest floor. Its crackling song was a comforting lullaby, a counterpoint to the distant hoot of an owl sending its mysterious call through the darkness. With the stars as their silent witnesses, they began to share the stories of those who had traversed similar paths in times long past. Their voices melded with the night, weaving tales of perseverance and hope, of lives lived under the same sky, though centuries apart. One traveler spoke of an ancient village perched on a rugged cliff overlooking the sea, where the relentless waves had carved stories into the stone. In those days, the villagers had lived by the rhythms of the ocean, their lives intertwined with the tides. They were known for their resilience, for they had learned to adapt to the sea's moods, weaving nets from the grass of the cliffs and crafting boats that danced upon the waves with the grace of seabirds. The storyteller's voice painted vivid images of sun-weathered faces and hands calloused by the sea, of children chasing the wind as it swept across the open expanse of the cliffs. They spoke of nights filled with the haunting melodies of flutes carved from driftwood and the deep resonance of drums fashioned from hollowed logs. In this village, every sound was a tribute to the ocean, a testament to the harmony between land and sea. Another traveler, inspired by the tale, recounted the life of a nomadic tribe that wandered the vast steppes, following the migration of the great herds. Their world was one of endless horizons, where the sky stretched like a canvas painted with the vibrant hues of dawn and dusk. The tribe moved with the seasons, their lives a dance of survival and celebration. Their existence was rooted in the cycles of nature, and they carried with them the stories of ancestors who had roamed the same lands. Around their fires, under the watchful gaze of constellations that guided their path, they passed down tales of bravery and love, of the bonds that held them together, even in the face of adversity. Their songs echoed across the plains, a timeless symphony of voices lifted to the heavens. As the night deepened, the travelers took turns sharing stories of distant lands and forgotten times, their words painting a tapestry of human experience across the ages. They spoke of the artisans of the Renaissance, who captured the beauty of light and shadow in masterpieces that would endure through the centuries. They spoke of the courage of explorers who had dared to sail beyond the edge of the known world, driven by a thirst for discovery that still lingered in the hearts of those gathered by the fire. Each tale was a thread woven into the fabric of their shared history, a reminder that despite the vast distances and differences that separated them, they were bound by a common journey, a quest to understand the world and their place within it. As the first light of dawn began to creep across the horizon, painting the sky with strokes of pink and gold, the travelers fell silent, lost in their own reflections. The fire had burned low, its embers glowing softly like the memories of the tales they had shared. Slowly, they rose to greet the day, their hearts filled with a renewed sense of purpose. The path ahead was still unwritten, but they knew that it would be guided by the lessons of the past and the dreams of the future. In the days that followed, they journeyed through landscapes that seemed to echo the stories they had heard. They traversed valleys where the earth was rich and fertile, bursting with the promise of new life. They crossed rivers that whispered secrets of the lands they had touched, their waters a mirror reflecting the sky and the souls of those who paused to gaze into their depths. As they walked, they encountered the remnants of civilizations long gone, the stones of ancient roads worn smooth by the passage of countless footsteps. Each ruin was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that life, despite its fragility, was a force that could not be extinguished. Among the ruins, they found artifacts, simple tools and intricate carvings, fragments of pottery and faded tapestries that spoke of lives once vibrant and full. These relics, though weathered by time, held stories of their own, whispered in the language of memory and imagination. The travelers paused to listen, to touch the stones, and trace the patterns etched into their surfaces. They felt a connection to those who had come before, a kinship that transcended the boundaries of time and space. In these moments, they understood that their journey was not just a passage through the physical world, but a voyage into the heart of what it meant to be human. As they moved forward, they carried with them the stories of the past, like seeds planted in the fertile soil of their souls. They knew that the path they walked was but one of many, that their journey was part of a continuum that stretched far beyond the horizon. And though the road ahead was uncertain, they faced it with courage and hope, for they were guided by the wisdom of those who had traveled before them and the dreams of those who would follow. In the quiet moments between steps, they listened for the echoes of their own stories, knowing that they too would one day become part of the grand tapestry that wove together the lives of all who had ever walked upon the earth. Thus, they continued onward, their spirits buoyed by the knowledge that they were never truly alone, that the stories they carried in their hearts were a bridge between the past and the future, a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit to dream, to explore, and to survive. And so the journey unfolded, one step at a time, beneath the endless sky and the watchful eyes of the stars. The air, crisp with the promise of morning, whispered through the trees as the sun began its gentle ascent, painting the world in hues of amber and gold. The travelers moved with a rhythm that spoke of both weariness and resolve, a small band of souls bound together by fate and necessity. Their journey, a thread in the vast tapestry of time, was one of survival and discovery, stretching across epochs that each held their own stories of wonder and struggle. In the quiet moments before dawn fully broke, they would gather around the remnants of a fire, its embers glowing like ancient jewels. Here, in this sacred circle, they shared tales passed down through generations, stories of ancestors who had braved the wild unknown, who had carved out lives in the hard earth and given birth to legends. These tales were not just for entertainment. They were lessons wrapped in the cloak of myth, guiding lights for those who dared to venture into the future. One such tale was that of Aaron, a hunter from a time long past, whose skills were spoken of with reverence. Aaron had lived in an age where the land was both a provider and a peril, a time when each day demanded a delicate dance with nature. The travelers listened, enraptured, as the tale unfolded, carrying them to a world where the forest was alive with the rustle of unseen creatures and the air was thick with the scent of pine and earth. Aaron's story was one of resilience. He had ventured deep into the heart of the forest, seeking game to feed his family through the harsh winter. But the forest, with its tangled underbrush and towering trees, was a labyrinth, and Aaron soon found himself lost. As days turned into nights, the shadows around him grew long and unfamiliar, and the usual sounds of the forest became an eerie symphony of whispers and rustles. But Aaron was not one to succumb to despair. He called upon the teachings of his elders, remembering the lore of the land, the secret signs that nature left for those who knew how to read them. He followed the flight of birds and the flow of streams, using them as guides to navigate the seemingly endless wilderness. Each star in the night sky became a beacon, a reminder of home and the loved ones waiting for his return. As the tale of Aaron wove its magic around the listeners, the sun climbed higher, casting its warm glow over the landscape. The travelers, inspired by the hunter's courage, felt a renewed strength coursing through them. They understood that their journey, like Aaron's, was fraught with challenges, but also rich with the potential for triumph. The lessons of the past were clear. Survival was not merely about enduring, but about adapting, learning, and finding hope even in the darkest of times. With their spirits lifted, the group continued their trek, each step a testament to their determination. The land around them was a patchwork of fields and forests, of rivers that sang as they danced over stones worn smooth by time. As they walked, they could almost feel the presence of those who had come before, the ancient souls who had once called this place home. It was as if history itself was a living entity, breathing life into the present with every whisper of the wind. Their path took them through a village that seemed to have sprung from the pages of a storybook, its cobblestone streets lined with quaint cottages and colorful gardens. The villagers, with faces weathered by sun and wind, greeted the travelers with warmth and curiosity. Here, the past met the present in a seamless embrace, and the travelers felt a sense of belonging, as if they too were part of this timeless community. In the evening, as the sky blushed with the colors of twilight, the villagers gathered in the square, eager to hear the tales from afar. The travelers, in turn, listened to the stories of the villagers, tales of harvests and festivals, of love and loss, woven with the same threads of humanity that bound all people together. It was a reminder that no matter the era, the heart's desires remained unchanged, a longing for connection, for understanding, and for stories that made sense of a complex world. As night descended, the travelers took their leave, their minds filled with the echoes of laughter and song. They set up camp on a hill overlooking the village, the stars above them, a canopy of silver. Here, beneath the vastness of the universe, they found solace in the knowledge that they were part of something far greater than themselves, a continuum of life that stretched across time and space. Their journey was an odyssey, a quest not only for survival, but for meaning. Each footstep was a bridge between epochs, a link in the chain of existence that connected them to the past and propelled them toward the future. As they lay beneath the stars, they dreamed of what was to come, of the stories that awaited them and the legacy they would leave behind. And so, with the dawn of a new day, they rose once more, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For they knew, deep in their hearts, that they carried within them the strength of those who had walked these paths before, and that their journey, though fraught with uncertainty, was a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. With courage as their compass and hope as their guide, they continued onward, ever forward, into the unfolding mystery of life. As the first light of dawn kissed the horizon, its delicate fingers of gold and pink stretched across the sky, painting the world with the promise of a new beginning. The travelers stirred, their bodies still heavy with the remnants of sleep, yet their spirits refreshed by dreams that danced like whispers on the edge of consciousness. The air was cool and crisp, a gentle reminder of their place in the tapestry of time, woven alongside the countless threads of those who had journeyed before them. The world around them was alive with the symphony of morning. Birds sang their intricate melodies from the verdant canopies, their notes lilting and free, while the rustle of leaves responded in harmonious agreement. The scent of earth, damp and rich from the dew of the night, mingled with the distant aroma of wildflowers, a sensory reminder of the beauty that lay hidden in the everyday. Their path was one that defied the boundaries of time, each step a stride across centuries. The landscape around them shifted subtly, as if the earth itself whispered secrets of past eras to their attentive ears. They moved through fields of golden grain that stretched toward the sun, reminiscent of ancient agrarian societies where the cycle of planting and harvest dictated the rhythm of life. Here, they envisioned the hands of those who had once tilled the soil, their lives entwined with the earth's bounty, sustaining families and forging communities. Further along their journey, they encountered the remnants of a once great city, its stone walls now embraced by nature's reclamation. Vines wove themselves through crumbling archways, and moss softened the edges of what had been formidable battlements. They paused in reverence, imagining the bustling markets, the vibrant exchanges of culture and ideas, the very heart of civilization that had once pulsed within those walls. The echoes of voices long silenced seemed to whisper on the breeze, tales of triumph and tragedy, whispers of human endeavor etched into the very stones beneath their feet. As they traversed epochs, they found themselves drawn to the stories of survival, of resilience in the face of adversity. The shadowed memories of a medieval village emerged from the mist, where the humble cottages clustered together, offering warmth and community against the chill of the unknown. They imagined the flickering glow of hearth fires, the scent of baking bread, the laughter shared over simple meals. Here, the rhythm of life was dictated by the seasons, and survival was a dance of harmony with the land, a delicate balance between human need and nature's bounty. Their journey was punctuated by moments of quiet reflection, where they paused to listen to the whispers of history. In a serene forest glade, they rested beneath the wide branches of an ancient oak, its gnarled roots weaving stories of centuries past. The sunlight filtered through the leaves, dappling the ground in a mosaic of light and shadow. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, where the heartbeat of the earth resonated with their own. In such moments, they pondered the lives of those who had come before, the struggles and triumphs that had shaped their present. They marveled at the ingenuity of humankind, the tenacity that had driven them to explore, to innovate, to survive. They saw in themselves the echoes of those who had braved uncharted waters, who had ventured into the unknown with nothing but hope and a determination to carve out a future against the odds. Yet, even as they embraced the past, their thoughts turned to the future, to the stories yet unwritten. They imagined a world where the lessons of history guided the steps of tomorrow, where the spirit of resilience continued to inspire generations yet to come. They envisioned a tapestry of life that celebrated diversity, where the threads of different cultures and eras wove together into a rich and vibrant whole. Their journey was not without moments of suspense, where the path ahead was shrouded in uncertainty. There were times when the road seemed to vanish into the unknown, when the comfort of familiar landmarks was replaced by the thrill of discovery. In these moments, they relied on the compass of courage, trusting in the strength that had carried them thus far. They navigated through dense forests, where the trees whispered secrets only the brave dared to hear, across rivers whose currents threatened to sweep them away, yet promised the reward of new horizons. They faced the challenges with a quiet resolve, drawing strength from the knowledge that they were not alone. The spirit of humanity, resilient and unyielding, was a constant presence, a guiding force that propelled them onward. In the face of adversity, they found solace in each other, in the shared stories and dreams that bound them together in a timeless dance of survival and hope. As the sun climbed higher, casting its warming light over the land, they continued their journey, their footsteps a testament to the enduring spirit of those who had walked the path before them. They moved with a grace born of understanding, their hearts open to the wonders of the world and the mysteries that lay ahead. In the distance, the silhouette of a new city beckoned, its skyline a blend of ancient spires and modern towers, a testament to the ever-evolving narrative of human existence. They quickened their pace, eager to discover the stories that awaited them within its embrace, to weave their own tales into the fabric of history. And so, with hope as their guide and courage as their companion, they pressed onward, ever forward, into the unfolding mystery of life. The journey was far from over, and with each step, they knew they were part of something far greater, a continuum that stretched across time and space, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. The path ahead was filled with promise, a tapestry of moments waiting to be lived, and they embraced it with open hearts and unwavering resolve. As they approached the city, the air began to hum with the symphony of life, an orchestra of sounds that danced upon the breeze. The distant clatter of hooves on cobblestones mingled with the gentle murmur of riverside markets, where the scent of fresh bread and spices wove an intoxicating melody. Birds flitted above, their songs interweaving with the laughter of children playing in the narrow alleyways. The city, a living canvas of history and dreams, unfolded before them. Its streets were a mosaic of cobblestones, worn smooth by countless feet that had traversed them over the centuries. These stones held stories of their own, whispered tales of bygone eras, of triumphs and tribulations, of love and loss. Their feet moved in rhythm with the pulse of the city, each step a note in the ongoing ballad of human endeavor. As they wandered deeper into the heart of the city, they found themselves drawn to a bustling square, where the past and present converged in a vibrant tapestry. Here, artisans displayed their crafts, delicate tapestries rich with color and intricate designs, pottery painted with scenes of pastoral life, and jewelry that sparkled like the stars against the night sky. Each piece was a testament to the skill and dedication of its creator, a fragment of life captured in material form. Amidst the colorful stalls, a storyteller had gathered a crowd, his voice rising and falling in a melodious cadence that held listeners spellbound. His tales were woven with threads of history and myth, a tapestry of words that painted vivid pictures in the minds of those who listened. The travelers paused, drawn in by the allure of his narrative, allowing the stories to wash over them like a gentle tide. In his tales, they heard echoes of their own journey, the timeless themes of adventure, discovery, and the search for meaning. His words were a bridge between past and present, a reminder that they were part of a continuum that stretched far beyond the horizon. They felt a kinship with the characters in his stories, recognizing in them the same hopes and dreams that fueled their own journey. As the sun began its descent, painting the sky in hues of amber and rose, they continued their exploration. The city transformed under the twilight, its streets bathed in the warm glow of lanterns that flickered to life, casting playful shadows on the walls of ancient buildings. The air was filled with the scent of evening meals being prepared, a tantalizing blend of herbs and spices that spoke of culinary traditions passed down through generations. In a quiet corner of the city, they stumbled upon a small inn, its wooden sign creaking gently in the evening breeze. The inn welcomed them with the promise of solace and rest, its stone hearth crackling with a welcoming fire. The innkeeper, a woman with a kind smile and eyes that sparkled with untold stories, offered them a room and a simple meal, the flavors of which spoke of home and hearth. As they sat by the fire, their minds drifted to the stories they had heard and the ones they had yet to discover. The inn was a sanctuary, a place where time seemed to slow, allowing them to reflect on their journey and the paths that lay ahead. The fire's warmth seeped into their bones, and they felt the weight of the day's travel begin to lift, replaced by a sense of peace and contentment. The inn's common room was a gathering place for travelers from all walks of life, each with their own stories to share. A merchant spoke of distant lands and exotic wares, his eyes alight with the thrill of discovery. A weary soldier recounted tales of battles fought and the camaraderie of those who had stood by his side. An old scholar shared his knowledge of ancient texts, his voice soft with reverence for the wisdom of the ages. As the evening wore on, these stories wove together, creating a rich tapestry of human experience. Laughter mingled with the crackle of the fire, and a sense of camaraderie and connection filled the room. The travelers listened, their hearts open to the stories of others, finding common ground in the shared human experience. That night, as they lay in their beds, the gentle murmur of the city lulling them to sleep, their dreams were filled with the echoes of the stories they had heard. They saw themselves as part of a grand narrative, a thread in the intricate tapestry of time, weaving their own stories into the fabric of history. The dawn brought with it a renewed sense of purpose, the promise of new adventures waiting just beyond the horizon. The travelers rose with the sun, their hearts light with the knowledge that they were part of something much larger than themselves. They bid farewell to the innkeeper and their fellow travelers, their gratitude lingering in the air like the scent of morning dew. As they stepped out into the morning light, the city embraced them once more, its streets alive with possibility. They moved with a grace born of understanding, their hearts open to the wonders of the world and the mysteries that lay ahead. The path before them was uncertain, a winding road that stretched beyond the limits of their vision, but they faced it with courage and hope. They knew that each step they took was a step into the unknown, a chance to discover hidden truths and forge new connections. The journey was far from over, and they embraced it with open hearts, ready to weave their own stories into the ever-evolving tapestry of life. In this city, they had found more than just a place to rest. They had found a reminder of the enduring spirit of humanity, a testament to the resilience and creativity that had shaped the world. And as they continued on their journey, they carried with them the lessons they had learned, the stories they had heard, and the hope that guided them ever forward into the unfolding mystery of life. As the sun began its languid descent, casting a warm, golden glow over the cobblestone streets, the city seemed to exhale softly, its breath mingling with the faint aroma of freshly baked bread and blooming jasmine. The air was thick with the hum of life, a symphony of footsteps, distant laughter, and the gentle rustle of leaves that whispered secrets to those willing to listen. It was a city that thrived on the stories of its inhabitants, each life a thread in the intricate tapestry of time, weaving together past, present, and future in a seamless dance of existence. The companions walked side by side, their footsteps in harmony, echoing softly against the ancient stones. They had become attuned to the language of the city, its rhythm guiding them as they navigated through bustling markets and quiet alleyways. Each corner turned revealed a new scene, a snapshot of life in motion, a vendor calling out his wares to a crowd, children playing a game of tag beneath the watchful gaze of elders, lovers stealing a moment of intimacy in the shadow of a centuries-old fountain. Yet, beneath the surface of this vibrant tableau, there was an undercurrent of mystery, a sense of something hidden just beyond the edge of perception. It lingered in the shadows, in the eyes of strangers that seemed to hold unspoken stories, and in the whispered conversations that floated on the evening breeze. It was a feeling that both intrigued and unsettled them, a reminder that the city, like life itself, held secrets that could never be fully understood. As twilight descended, they found themselves drawn to the heart of the city, where an ancient square unfolded before them like a stage set for a timeless play. The square was alive with activity, a bustling hub where people from all walks of life converged. Musicians strummed delicate melodies that seemed to dance with the flickering lamplight, and street performers wove tales of heroism and heartbreak with their expressive gestures. The companions watched, entranced, as the world unfurled around them, a kaleidoscope of colors and sounds that spoke to the soul. An old storyteller, his beard white as snow, took his place at the center of the square, his voice a gentle rumble that silenced the crowd with its gravitas. He spoke of times long past, of heroes and villains, of love and loss, and the eternal cycle of life and rebirth. His stories were woven with such vivid imagery that the listeners were transported to distant lands, their imaginations painting vivid pictures in the fading light. The companions felt the pull of his words, the way they resonated with the stories they carried within themselves, and they listened intently, absorbing each tale as if it were a precious gift. As the storyteller's final words hung in the air, a hush fell over the square, a moment of collective reflection before the murmurs of the crowd resumed. The companions exchanged a glance, their eyes speaking volumes of the shared experience, the understanding that they were part of something larger, something timeless and profound. The night deepened, and with it came a sense of anticipation, a feeling that the city still held secrets waiting to be uncovered. The companions wandered through the labyrinthine streets, their path lit by the soft glow of lanterns that cast gentle shadows on the walls. There was a quiet beauty to the night, a sense of peace that wrapped around them like a comforting embrace. Yet, as they walked, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, that unseen eyes followed their every move. It was an unsettling sensation, one that prickled at the edges of their awareness and set their hearts racing. The city, it seemed, had its own guardians, silent observers who watched over the lives that unfolded within its embrace. They continued on, their senses heightened, attuned to every sound and movement. The night air was cool against their skin, carrying with it the scent of the sea, a reminder of the vastness that lay beyond the city's borders. With each step, they felt a connection to the world around them, a sense of being part of an intricate and beautiful design. Their journey led them to the edge of the city, where the land met the sea in a gentle curve of sand and stone. The moon hung low in the sky, casting a silvery path across the water, a bridge to the world beyond. They stood at the water's edge, the waves lapping softly at their feet, and gazed out at the horizon, where the sky met the sea in an endless embrace. In that moment, they felt the weight of the past and the promise of the future. the understanding that their journey was but a single thread in the vast tapestry of time. They were but travelers, passing through, each step a part of the eternal dance of life. The city had shown them its heart, its secrets, and its mysteries, and in return, they had given it their stories, their hopes, and their dreams. As they turned to leave, they carried with them the knowledge that they were never truly alone, that they were part of something greater, something eternal. The path before them was uncertain, a winding road that stretched beyond the limits of their vision, but they faced it with courage and hope. They knew that each step they took was a step into the unknown, a chance to discover hidden truths and forge new connections. The journey was far from over, and they embraced it with open hearts, ready to weave their own stories into the ever-evolving tapestry of life. As they walked away from the sea, the city embraced them once more, its streets alive with possibility. They moved with a grace born of understanding, their hearts open to the wonders of the world and the mysteries that lay ahead. They had found more than just a place to rest. They had found a reminder of the enduring spirit of humanity, a testament to the resilience and creativity that had shaped the world. And as they continued on their journey, they carried with them the lessons they had learned, the stories they had heard, and the hope that guided them ever forward into the unfolding mystery of life. With each step, they felt the pulse of the city beneath their feet, the heartbeat of a world alive with possibility. The night was their companion, its darkness a canvas upon which they could paint their dreams, its silence a space in which they could listen to the whispers of their souls. They walked with purpose, with hope, and with a deep sense of gratitude for the journey they had embarked upon. The city was a tapestry of dreams, woven with threads of history and ambition, each street a story, each building a chapter in the grand narrative of human existence. Their journey through this urban labyrinth was not a mere passage of time, but a dance with the echoes of the past and the promise of the future. As they wandered, the air was thick with the scent of rain-soaked stone and distant fires, a symphony of aromas that spoke of life, of struggle, and of survival. Through cobblestone alleys and wide thoroughfares, they moved like shadows, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of city life. The moon hung high above, a silver sentinel casting its gentle gaze upon the world below, illuminating faces, revealing secrets. Each person they passed was a universe unto themselves, carrying their own burdens and dreams, and the travelers felt a kinship with these strangers, a shared humanity that transcended time and space. Their path led them to a marketplace, a vibrant oasis of sound and color, where the heartbeat of the city was most palpable. Vendors hawked their wares with voices as rich and varied as the goods they sold, from the exotic spices that perfumed the air to the intricate textiles that shimmered like captured rainbows. Here, history and survival intertwined in a delicate dance, each transaction a testament to the enduring spirit of commerce and community. They paused to watch a street performer, a young woman whose movements were as fluid as water, her dance telling a story of love and loss, of triumph and tragedy. Her feet tapped out a rhythm that seemed to echo through the ages, a reminder of the timeless nature of art and its power to connect us to one another. The travelers watched, entranced, their own hearts beating in time with the music, feeling the weight of their own stories lift as they became part of something greater. As the performance ended, they wandered further, drawn by the distant glow of lanterns that seemed to promise warmth and welcome. The city was a living entity, its breath a blend of laughter and whispers, its pulse a testament to the resilience of those who called it home. They found themselves in a quieter part of the city, where the buildings seemed to lean in close, their ancient stones murmuring secrets from ages past. Here, time seemed to slow, and the travelers felt the layers of history beneath their feet, each step a journey through the annals of human endeavor. They imagined the generations who had walked these same paths, their hopes and fears etched into the very fabric of the city. It was a humbling thought, this connection to the past, and it filled them with a sense of purpose, a reminder of the importance of their own journey. The night deepened, and they found themselves in a small square, a haven of tranquility amidst the city's vibrant chaos. A fountain bubbled in the center, its waters reflecting the moonlight in a dance of liquid silver. They sat on a bench, their weary bodies grateful for the respite, and listened to the symphony of the night. In the quiet, their thoughts turned to the stories they had heard along the way, tales of survival and ingenuity, of love and loss. They thought of the people who had shared their lives with them, if only for a moment, and the lessons they had imparted. Each encounter had been a thread in the tapestry of their journey, weaving a narrative that was uniquely their own. Their minds drifted back to the sea, to the vast expanse of water that had been both a barrier and a bridge, a reminder of the world's vastness and the smallness of their own existence. They thought of the fishermen who had shared their stories, of the sailors who had braved the unknown, of the lighthouses that had guided them safely home. The sea had been a teacher, its lessons carved into their souls, and they carried its wisdom with them as they navigated the complexities of life. The city, too, was a teacher, its streets and buildings a classroom where they learned the art of survival in a world that was both beautiful and unforgiving. They had witnessed acts of kindness and cruelty, of generosity and greed, and they understood that the human spirit was capable of both great good and great evil. Yet, they chose to believe in the goodness, to hope for a future where compassion and understanding would prevail. As the night wore on, they felt a sense of peace settle over them, a quiet acceptance of the journey they were on and the path that lay ahead. They knew that there would be challenges, moments of doubt and fear, but they also knew that they were not alone. They had each other, and they had the stories of those who had come before them, guiding them with their wisdom and strength. With renewed determination, they rose from the bench and continued their journey through the sleeping city. The streets stretched out before them, a web of possibilities, each choice a step toward the unknown. They walked hand in hand, their hearts open to the mysteries of life, their spirits buoyed by the knowledge that they were part of something greater. The city embraced them as they moved forward, its streets a map of their dreams, its people a reminder of the resilience and creativity that defined the human spirit. They carried the lessons of the past with them, a compass to guide them into the future, and as they walked into the night, they knew that they were exactly where they were meant to be. In the quiet hours before dawn, as the city slept, they found themselves standing before a grand cathedral, its spires reaching toward the heavens, a testament to the enduring power of faith and hope. They stood in awe of its beauty, the intricate carvings and stained glass windows, a symphony of color and light. Here, in this sacred space, they felt the weight of the world lift from their shoulders, replaced by a sense of wonder and gratitude. They entered the cathedral, their footsteps echoing in the vastness, and found solace in its silence. The air was cool and fragrant, filled with the scent of incense and candle wax, and they breathed deeply, letting the peace of the place wash over them. They sat in a pew, their hands clasped in silent prayer, and gave thanks for the journey that had brought them here, for the lessons they had learned, and for the hope that continued to guide them. As the first light of dawn began to filter through the stained glass windows, painting the walls with hues of rose and gold, they rose and left the cathedral, their spirits renewed and their hearts full. The city was waking, its streets coming alive with the sounds of a new day, and they joined the flow of life, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. With each step, they felt the promise of the future calling to them, a melody that resonated deep within their souls. They walked with purpose, with hope, and with a deep sense of gratitude for the journey they had embarked upon. The city was their canvas, their lives a work of art in progress, and they embraced the mystery of life with open hearts and minds, knowing that the greatest adventure was still to come. The cobblestone streets of the city whispered beneath their feet, each step a note in the symphony of life that surrounded them. The morning air was crisp, carrying with it the scent of freshly baked bread from a nearby bakery, mingling with the earthy aroma of the dew-kissed earth. As they walked, the sun began to climb higher in the sky, casting long shadows that danced playfully on the ground. Their journey unfolded in the heart of the city, a place steeped in history and vibrant with the pulse of countless lives interwoven through time. They passed by ancient buildings, with ornate facades, their stones worn smooth by the touch of generations. The architecture spoke of eras gone by, each intricate carving and archway a testament to the artistry and vision of those who had come before. In one moment, they were transported back to a medieval marketplace, where the air was thick with the calls of vendors and the clatter of horse-drawn carts. The scent of spices and leather wafted through the air as they imagined the bustling scene, the vibrant tapestry of colors and sounds that once filled the square. Merchants touted their wares, from fine silks and spices to hand-forged tools, each stall a microcosm of the world outside. But as they continued their walk, the scene shifted seamlessly to another time, the marketplace giving way to the industrial hum of the early 20th century. The streets buzzed with the energy of invention and progress, the air vibrating with the sounds of steam engines and the clatter of typewriters. The faces of the people reflected a mix of hope and determination, their eyes set firmly on the horizon and the promise of a new era. The aroma of coal smoke mingled with the scent of fresh ink from the printing presses, as newspapers, hot off the press, were distributed by eager newsboys. Headlines screamed of world events and technological marvels, each story a thread in the intricate tapestry of history. The city, like a living organism, adapted and evolved, its heart beating in time with the rhythm of change. Yet, as the sun reached its zenith, the landscape transformed once more. They found themselves amidst the vibrant hues and eclectic energy of the 1960s. The city was alive with the sounds of music and laughter, the streets a kaleidoscope of psychedelic colors and free-spirited expression. The air was charged with the spirit of revolution and the promise of a world reborn. In this era, the city was a canvas for artists and dreamers, each corner a stage for impromptu performances and spontaneous gatherings. The scent of patchouli and incense filled the air, mingling with the sweet notes of a guitar strumming in the distance. The people moved with a sense of purpose, their voices raised in a chorus of change as they marched for peace and equality. Their journey through time was not linear, but a tapestry of experiences, woven together by the threads of memory and imagination. Each era left its mark upon the city, a palimpsest of dreams and aspirations, etched into the very fabric of its being. As they wandered, they felt an unspoken connection to the souls who had walked these streets before them, their stories echoing in the quiet spaces between the footfalls. The city, with all its history and mystery, was a living testament to the resilience and creativity of the human spirit. In the gentle embrace of twilight, they found themselves on the banks of a river that wound its way through the heart of the city. The water shimmered under the fading light, a ribbon of silver that carried with it the reflections of the past and the promise of the future. They paused for a moment, allowing the serenity of the place to wash over them, their hearts filled with a deep sense of peace. The river, a silent witness to the passage of time, whispered the secrets of the ages in its gentle current. They could almost hear the echoes of those who had gathered on its banks, from the ancient tribes who had first called this place home to the pioneers who had built their dreams on its shores. The night sky unfolded above them, a canvas of stars that mirrored the flickering lights of the city. Each star a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest moments, there is a light to guide the way. They stood in silence, their hands intertwined, as they contemplated the vastness of the universe and their place within it. As the city settled into the quiet embrace of night, they turned their steps towards home, their hearts full and their spirits renewed. The journey through the city, across the ages, had left them with a newfound appreciation for the beauty and complexity of life. They had walked in the footsteps of those who had come before, their lives a testament to the enduring power of hope and the indomitable spirit of humanity. Back in the warmth of their home, they settled into the familiar comfort of the present, their senses still tingling with the echoes of the past. The aroma of home-cooked meals filled the air, a soothing balm that wrapped them in a sense of belonging. They shared stories of their day, their voices weaving together a tapestry of laughter and love. As they prepared to rest, they knew that the city would always hold a special place in their hearts. It was more than just a collection of buildings and streets. It was a living, breathing entity, a repository of dreams and aspirations, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. And so, as they drifted into slumber, they carried with them the lessons of the past and the promise of the future, their hearts open to the mysteries of life that awaited them in the days to come. The city, with all its history and beauty, was a constant reminder that they were part of something much larger than themselves, a tapestry of life that spanned the ages and connected them to the countless souls who had walked its streets before them. In the stillness of night, as the city slumbered beneath a blanket of stars, its heartbeat thrummed softly in the distance, a lullaby that cradled the dreams of its inhabitants. The moon cast a gentle glow over the cobblestone streets, painting them with silver strokes that shimmered like whispers of forgotten tales. The city was at peace, yet alive with the echoes of bygone days, each building a sentinel guarding its secrets, each alleyway a corridor of time. In an apartment nestled within a quiet corner of this sprawling metropolis, the family lay cocooned in the warmth of each other's presence. The soft rustle of leaves outside the window was a reminder of the world beyond, ever-changing, yet steadfast in its rhythm. The aroma of lavender from a nearby garden drifted in, mingling with the lingering scent of the evening meal, a fragrant harmony that spoke of comfort and home. As the night wore on, the city's ancient soul whispered stories through the creaking of old wood and the distant hum of traffic. These stories, woven into the very fabric of the air, carried the weight of centuries, each layer a testament to survival and evolution. They spoke of times when the city was nothing but a cluster of small settlements, its inhabitants relying on the bounty of the land and their own ingenuity to carve out a life amidst nature's caprices. In those early days, survival was a dance with the elements, a delicate balance of toil and rest. The people rose with the sun, their days dictated by the rhythms of the earth. Fields of golden wheat swayed in the breeze, a living sea that promised sustenance and stability. The villagers worked side by side, their hands calloused yet gentle as they coaxed life from the soil. Each harvest was a celebration, a reminder of the fragility and resilience of life. As the seasons turned, so too did the fortunes of the city. The humble settlements grew, their boundaries expanding like ripples on a pond. New technologies emerged, carried on the winds of change by travelers and traders who brought with them the knowledge of distant lands. The introduction of the wheel transformed the landscape, enabling the transport of goods and ideas, knitting together communities that had once been isolated by distance. Amidst this transformation, the people adapted, their lives a dance of innovation and tradition. The city blossomed, its streets bustling with the vibrancy of commerce and culture. Markets sprang to life at dawn, their stalls brimming with spices and fabrics, the air thick with the enticing aromas of freshly baked bread and roasted meats. Voices called out in a cacophony of languages, each transaction a crossroad of lives and stories. Yet, beneath this bustling facade, the city harbored shadows. It was a place of contrasts, where wealth and poverty coexisted, each illuminating the other in stark relief. The narrow alleys that wound through the heart of the city were home to those who lived on the margins, their lives a testament to the enduring spirit of survival. Here, resourcefulness was not just a skill, but a necessity, a means to navigate the labyrinthine challenges of daily life. In these backstreets, there existed a different rhythm, a pulse that beat in time with the struggles and triumphs of those who called them home. The air was thick with the scent of coal fires and the sharp tang of industry, a constant reminder of the labor that fueled the city's growth. Children played in the shadows, their laughter a bright note in the symphony of survival. They learned early the art of resilience, their eyes wide with dreams as vast as the sky above. As the city continued to evolve, its history was etched into the stones of its buildings, each facade a testament to the passage of time. The architecture told stories of conquests and revolutions, of fires that raised hopes, and of the phoenix-like rise from ashes. Each corner turned revealed a new chapter, a testament to the indomitable will to rebuild and renew. Through wars and peace, through prosperity and hardship, the city stood firm, a beacon of continuity amidst the ever-changing tides of history. Its people, too, were shaped by the forces of time, their lives a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, of loss and discovery. They carried within them the legacy of those who had come before, an unbroken chain of humanity stretching back through the ages. In the quiet of the night, as the family slumbered, these stories whispered to them, a gentle reminder of the resilience and beauty of life. The past was not a distant memory, but a living presence, a guiding force that illuminated the path forward. Each heartbeat of the city was a reminder of their place within this grand tapestry, a connection to the countless souls who had walked these streets before them. As dawn approached, the city began to stir once more, its inhabitants awakening to the promise of a new day. The sun rose slowly, casting its golden light over the rooftops, breathing life into the city's veins. The family awoke, their senses still tingling with the echoes of the past, their hearts open to the mysteries of life that awaited them. The city, in all its timeless beauty, embraced them, a constant companion on their journey through the ages. And as they stepped out into the world, they carried with them the lessons of those who had come before, their dreams interwoven with the dreams of the city itself, a testament to the enduring power of hope and the unbreakable bond of humanity. The morning air was crisp, imbued with a hint of dew that clung to the cobblestones, whispering secrets of the night just past. The city, a mosaic of epochs, hummed with a gentle vigor, as if the very stones beneath their feet were alive, breathing in harmony with the sky above. Each step upon the ancient pathways resonated with the echoes of countless lives, a symphony of history that played softly in the background as the family ventured forth. The father, a keen observer of the world around him, felt the subtle energy in the air. He marveled at the way the city seemed to cradle its inhabitants, offering shelter not just in the physical sense, but in a way that nourished the soul. He glanced at his children, their eyes wide with wonder and curiosity, and felt a swell of gratitude for this shared adventure through time. Their journey led them to the bustling market square, a place where the past and present converged in a vibrant tapestry of sights, sounds, and aromas. Stalls brimming with colorful produce lined the cobbled streets, vendors calling out in voices that danced on the air like a timeless melody. The mother, drawn to the vibrant array, paused to examine a basket of ripe figs, their sweet scent mingling with the earthy aroma of fresh herbs. As the family wandered through the market, they encountered remnants of bygone eras woven seamlessly into the fabric of daily life. An old man sat beneath the shade of an ancient olive tree, his fingers deftly repairing a fishing net, a skill passed down through generations. His hands moved with practiced grace, each knot a testament to the enduring traditions that had shaped his life. Nearby, a group of children played a game that had likely been enjoyed by countless others before them. Their laughter mingled with the chatter of the market, creating a joyous symphony that lifted the spirits of all who passed by. It was in these simple moments the family realized that the essence of survival lay, not in grand gestures or monumental achievements, but in the quiet persistence of life's daily rhythms. They paused beside a stall where a potter worked his wheel, shaping clay with the same care and precision as his ancestors. The potter's hands moved with a rhythm that seemed to echo the heartbeat of the city itself. Each vessel he created a blend of utility and artistry. The family watched in awe as the shapeless mound of clay transformed into a beautiful amphora, a tangible connection to a past that still lived within the present. Eager to experience the city's culinary delights, they found a small tavern tucked away in a narrow alley. The proprietor, a jovial man with a laugh that seemed to echo off the walls, welcomed them with open arms. He regaled them with tales of the city's history as he served dishes prepared from age-old recipes, rich with flavors that spoke of distant lands and ancient kitchens. Each bite was a journey, each flavor a story passed down through the ages. As they dined, they listened to the tales of the proprietor, stories of explorers and traders who had brought exotic spices and ingredients to the city in centuries past. The family felt a connection to those long-ago travelers, understanding that their journey through this city was a continuation of that eternal quest for discovery and understanding. Later, as the sun began its slow descent, casting a warm glow over the city, the family made their way to the riverbank. The water flowed with a gentle grace, its surface reflecting the hues of the setting sun. They sat in quiet contemplation, the gentle lapping of the river providing a soothing backdrop to their thoughts. The father spoke softly, his voice carrying the weight of wisdom gleaned from their journey. "This city," he said, "is a reminder that life is a tapestry woven from the threads of countless lives. Each of us, in our own way, adds to the pattern, creating something beautiful and enduring." His words resonated deeply, echoing the sentiments they had felt throughout the day. The mother nodded, her heart full of gratitude for the moments they had shared, the lessons they had learned, and the bond that had grown stronger with each passing hour. As twilight descended, the city transformed once again, its ancient streets bathed in the soft glow of lanterns. The family lingered by the river, reluctant to leave the embrace of this timeless place. The city, with its stories and secrets, had become a part of them, a living memory that would guide them on their journey through life. With the onset of night, a gentle breeze stirred, carrying with it the faint scent of jasmine. The family rose and began their walk back through the city's winding streets, the cobblestones cool beneath their feet. They moved with a sense of peace, their hearts intertwined with the rhythm of the city, their spirits lifted by the promise of new discoveries yet to come. As they reached the threshold of their abode, a place that had become a sanctuary on their journey through time, they paused to look back. The city, in all its timeless beauty, stood as a testament to the enduring power of hope and the unbreakable bond of humanity. It had opened its arms to them, sharing its stories and secrets, and in doing so, had become a part of their story as well. In the quiet of their home, as they prepared to rest, the family reflected on the day's experiences. They understood that survival was not merely about enduring the passage of time, but about embracing the moments that made life rich and meaningful. It was about finding beauty in the ordinary, joy in the simple, and wisdom in the past. And so, as they drifted into slumber, they carried with them the lessons of the city, the dreams of those who had come before, and the promise of new adventures that awaited them with the dawn. The city, in turn, continued its eternal cycle, a living tapestry woven from the threads of history, welcoming all who sought its embrace, guiding them with the light of the past and the promise of the future. As the moon cast its gentle glow over the rooftops, a serene stillness settled over the city, wrapping it in a silvery embrace. The stars above seemed to whisper ancient lullabies, their soft twinkling a reminder of the constancy amidst the ever-changing tides of life. In the quiet of the night, the family dreamed not just of what was, but of what could be. In their dreams, the city took on a life of its own, its streets alive with the echoes of laughter and the murmur of forgotten tales. They saw themselves walking hand in hand with both the past and the future, bridging the gap between what had been and what was yet to come. As dawn began to paint the sky in hues of pink and gold, a gentle breeze carried the scent of blooming possibilities. The family awoke with a renewed sense of purpose, their hearts full of gratitude for the journey they were on and the stories yet to unfold. With the first light of day, they stepped out into the world once more, ready to embrace the wonders that awaited them. The city, ever watchful, stood as a guardian of their dreams, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who dared to hope and to love. And so, the cycle continued, life unfolding in all its complexity and beauty, each day a new chapter in the grand narrative of existence. The city, with its timeless grace, remained a steadfast companion, whispering secrets to those who listened, guiding them gently along the winding paths of their own stories. In its embrace, they found not only a home, but a canvas upon which to paint the vibrant colors of their lives, forever intertwined with the endless dance of time. As the sun climbed higher, its warmth seeped into the very soul of the city, casting long shadows and revealing hidden corners where dreams were nurtured and memories lingered. The family, standing on the threshold of a new day, felt the pulse of life thrumming beneath their feet, a reminder of the endless possibilities that stretched out before them like an uncharted sea. In the quiet moments, they paused to reflect on the journey that had brought them to this place, a tapestry woven with threads of laughter, tears, and unyielding hope. Each thread a testament to their resilience and their unwavering belief in the magic of the everyday. As they ventured forward, hand in hand, the city seemed to breathe with them, its rhythm a comforting lullaby that promised both challenges and triumphs. The streets, alive with a symphony of sounds, echoed their footsteps, each step a promise to cherish the present and honor the past. And so, with hearts open and spirits unbound, they embraced the adventure that lay ahead. The city, a silent witness to their odyssey, cradled them in its eternal embrace, a gentle reminder that they were never truly alone. In its winding alleys and bustling squares, they found not only the essence of life, but the courage to dream boldly and the grace to cherish every fleeting moment. As the day unfolded, the city and the family danced together in an unspoken harmony, their stories forever entwined in the luminous tapestry of time. And in that dance, they discovered the true beauty of life, a journey without end, a song without words, and a love that transcended all. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of lavender and gold, the city exhaled a gentle sigh, wrapping the family in a soft embrace of twilight. The evening breeze whispered secrets of the past, carrying with it the laughter of children and the distant melody of a street musician's tune, weaving a delicate thread through the tapestry of their shared adventure. Standing at the heart of this vibrant mosaic, they paused, allowing themselves to be enveloped by the warmth of the moment. It was here, in this quiet intersection of time and place, that they understood the profound simplicity of their journey. It was never about the destination, but the shared steps along the way, the stories told and those yet to unfold. With each heartbeat, they felt the pulse of the city align with their own, a gentle reminder that they were part of something larger, something timeless. The city had become more than just a backdrop. It was a living, breathing entity that held their dreams, fears, and hopes within its ancient walls. And just as the city had shared its secrets with them, they too had left an indelible mark on its soul. Under the canopy of stars, they embraced the beauty of what was and what could be, knowing that every sunset was a promise of a new dawn. In the quiet of the night, they found solace in each other and in the infinite possibilities of tomorrow. Thus their story continued, a symphony of moments strung together by the invisible threads of love and discovery. And as they wandered homeward, the city watched over them, a silent guardian of their cherished memories and their ever-unfolding dreams. There, in the gentle embrace of night, they knew that life's most precious gift was not the destination, but the journey shared in the company of those they loved. As the moonlight bathed the cobblestone streets in a silvery glow, their footsteps echoed softly, a rhythmic testament to their shared journey. The air was cool and crisp, carrying with it the scent of jasmine and the distant hum of the city settling into slumber. Each corner they turned whispered tales of the past, yet opened up pathways to the unwritten chapters of their lives. They walked hand in hand, their silence speaking volumes, a language all their own. The city, with its ancient wisdom, seemed to nod in understanding, acknowledging their presence as both transient and eternal. It cradled their dreams, wove their stories into its tapestry, and promised to guard their secrets until time itself forgot. As they reached the threshold of their abode, they paused, casting one last glance at the skyline, where the stars danced in celebration of another day lived fully. In that moment, they realized that they had not only found a home in the city, but also within each other. It was a sanctuary built on shared glances, whispered dreams, and the unspoken promise of tomorrow. With a gentle smile, they stepped inside, leaving the night to weave its magic for another day. Their hearts were light with the knowledge that the true essence of life lay not in the grand gestures, but in the quiet, everyday moments that filled their journey with meaning and joy. And so, enveloped in the warmth of their shared existence, they drifted into dreams, their souls entwined with the rhythm of the city, ready to embrace whatever the dawn might bring. The city, ever watchful, continued to hum its eternal lullaby, a testament to the enduring dance of life and love. The morning sun crept over the horizon, painting the city in hues of gold and rose. The streets, once silent, now began to stir with life, as if waking from a deep, restful slumber. The city breathed in sync with its inhabitants, a living tapestry woven from countless stories, each thread unique, yet part of a grander design. Inside their home, The soft light filtered through the curtains, gently nudging them from their dreams. They awoke slowly, wrapped in the comfort of their shared warmth and the promise of a new day. As their eyes met, they exchanged a tender smile, a silent acknowledgement of the journey they had embarked on together. With the day unfolding before them, they moved through the familiar rituals of mourning, their actions a dance choreographed by years of companionship. Each movement was imbued with the quiet grace of understanding, a reflection of the bond they had nurtured and cherished. As they stepped outside, hand in hand, the city greeted them with open arms. Its bustling streets and vibrant colors a reminder of the endless possibilities that lay ahead. They walked side by side, their footsteps in harmony with the rhythm beneath the surface of the urban landscape. In the heart of it all, they knew that their story was but one of many, a singular note in the symphony of the city. Yet, it was their story, woven with threads of love, laughter, and the quiet strength found in the spaces between words. It was a tale of two souls who had found their way to each other in a world vast and ever-changing. And so, as the city continued its ceaseless dance, they embraced the day with open hearts, ready to write new chapters, to discover new wonders, and to savor the simple beauty of the life they had crafted together. In the end, it was not the destination that mattered, but the journey itself, a journey lit by the glow of love and the promise of tomorrow.